Hi, welcome and happy new year. It's 2026 and I'm gonna try really hard this year since life is finally calming down a bit more. But I mean there's still plenty happening, but it's not as crazy as it's been. So I'm gonna try to get more into vlogging, and even though technically it's the new year, I figure I do a year-end recap series. So this one is the worst books for me in 2025. If you love these books, it's not to at you, this is just my experience, and if you do love these books, please write down and let me know why, because I don't get it. But that is just me. All right, these are in absolutely no particular order, and also I just did like I just went through my story graph. I read 101 books, by the way, so these are, I think it's 11, so 10%. Ooh, yeah, 11 books, which is 10%. All right, so first off, we have Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angels. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, when I first got into the book box world, I saw this cover and I saw the cover for the second one, which I also own. And I was just like, this is beautiful. Like, these aren't even sprayed. Like, it's just like, it's a bare, no jacket. And I just loved it. And and these were still for sale, and Owl Crate had just announced their sequel was on sale, so I bought both. And I'm just so disappointed to say that I hated this book. I am trying to remember more now because it's been a while. I should have written down when I read these. Now you know next year to do. But I hated this book. This ended up becoming a hate read for me, and I honestly should have DNF'd it, but I am gonna try to read the sequel just because I bought it, and it's kind of like the memory, even though it's not even a great memory, like, but I'm gonna try, maybe redeem myself, but I will let myself be open to DNFing, and then I would probably put both of them for sale. So at the moment, this is staying in my library for the moment. But anyway, what is this about? I read this when I was kind of going through like a little like carnival kind of themed, circus themed book. And so we have the main character, this chick who she wants to be a magician, but it's a very sexist world, even though somehow the leader of the world is a woman, but it's still sexist and she uses magic. This world made no sense. It just was very contrived. Things were the way they were just to make it for the story, which is what I hated it. It was, I don't know if it was her debut. I can't remember if it was. It was a very debut one, and I just did not like it. Like I said, it made no sense. There was a very obvious love interest here, and it was just annoying. Like, we don't get enough of the characters. I hated it. But anyway, so this is one of them. This one you may have heard me talk about when I did the Once Upon Book Club Halloween, their sweet or magical, whatever they're calling it, not their horror for Halloween. While there were some cute things in here, I overall really hated this book. I will admit, it didn't turn into a hate read, and I am going to make a best of, surprising, and disappointing. I'm not putting this in disappointing because I really had no hopes for it. Like, I had no expectations for it, so I can't say it disappointed me because I had no expectations. So maybe saying it's one of the worst books I read this year might be a little bit of an exaggeration. But this was not my thing. The cats were cute, and I'm not gonna lie, I have used like reference the cat distribution system, even though it's also in another book that's actually one of the best of books I read. Like, literally a whole thing on it, like way more than this one. Well, no, not really. This one did have like the whole thing with the back and forth. Okay, anyway. But the sister made no sense. Like, why? Her just being so self-hating and being, I'm 30 whatever and a spinster and I'm ugly, and I was not here for it. I know it wasn't that harsh and it semi-redeemed itself, but not really. But no. And this one is now gonna go up on sale from Mercari. This one, honestly, this probably should have gone into my most disappointing list. But I really did end up hating this. The Southern Reach, there we go. Southern Tier is a brewery in upstate New York, I believe. The Southern Reach trilogy was an amazing trilogy. I don't know where they went. I had all three of them in paperback though. I have unpacked all my books. They're not here. And I'm very mad that this is the one book I do have, and the only one I have that's a hardcover. So those are lost. I am going to eventually rebuy them because I did love them and put them on my very neglected, mostly fantasy sci-fi shelf. But I'm keeping this for now, especially since it's just like a regular book. Like, there's nothing special with it. It's not signed. It's not fancy. I just picked it up at Barnes & Noble the other day. Like, not the other day, a while ago. It started off great. It started off promising. I really wish I had the time to reread the Southern Reach trilogy before this, because this is kind of like a prequel and a sequel. I really wish I had the time because there's a lot of stuff that I really didn't remember. Also, if you watch the movie is nothing like the book. Like, it's like inspired by. It's nothing. I mean, the movie's fine. It's good in its own thing, but the books are great. It also has only one movie and it's 3 books. Anyway, so yeah, I was enjoying it up until we then changed point of view, which I don't mind. I know there's some readers who don't like multi-point of view. You do you. I love multi-point of view. I was gonna say pew pew. I love multi-point of view. And that's not my issue. My issue is who the what is wrong with me? Who the multi-point of view person was. This person, it's like the last bit, every other word was just, yeah, but yeah, so fuck. Sky had under him with the blah, 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 blah. Fuck. It's just like, fuck. And it just, and I'm sorry if you're not a cursor, but like literally, it just, I do curse. And I try not to curse on here just because I know people don't like it. But the amount of curses in this book, it was jarring and very hard to read. It made for a very painful reading experience because it was not seamless. Also, I don't know what the heck happened. And part of it might be just that I didn't reread the Southern Reach trilogy, and I should have, so I could be better placed to know what the heck's happening here. But also, I just feel like this was a story that was not needed. Which, speaking of which, I feel like this is another one that can go into my most disappointing list. But also, I also ended up hate reading. I'm not gonna lie, there was one teeny bit thing in here that I absolutely loved, and if you were an audiobook reader, I don't know how you did it. I thought it was hilarious. I died. I went to go show my husband, I'm like, do you see this? I'm not gonna show it to you because if you read this, I don't want to spoil it for you. But I love Bunny. I've only read it once, and I do want to read it. I do want to give it a reread, just like, I know, like, see what I get out of it a second time. I don't own it, and I do want to own it. So I'm again mad that the only one I own, and hardcover, because I'm pretty sure if I buy Bunny now, it's gonna be softcover, is this. It is signed with a pretty pink pen, which is why I've been keeping it so far. I may end up just selling it, but who's gonna want to buy this? Everyone hates it, and I totally get why they hate it. Like, there was no need for this book. Especially since Bunny itself is so open to interpretation. Did this crazy nonsense actually happen, or was it just in our unreliable narrator's head? Because if it was in our unreliable narrator's head, what the hell is this? This makes no sense then. I mean, I guess that you can go into more of it, and I don't want to discuss it because I don't want to give spoilers in case anyone else is there. And also, maybe I'm just too dumb and I don't understand it. And if you read this and you have your theories, please write them down and let me know. But I really feel like this negates the first book. And this is another one that is also a prequel and a sequel. But like I said, there is this one part that I absolutely loved. I did love that. But besides that, this became a hate read, and this took me forever to read too. Both of these books took forever to read, which just shows how, again, I read 101 books last year, and I was busy, and I was out of the country, and my reading is usually pretty good when my mental health's not great. Yeah, I read a lot, and I can read pretty fast, but those took me forever because how much I hated them. All right, next one I did not like, but I am keeping, is Under Lock and Key, just because I do like these edges, and right now my romance shelves are not full. Maybe when my romance shelves start becoming full, I'll throw this onto Mercari, but until that day, Under Lock and Key, I guess this is my first foray into monster romance, shifter romance. Is this classified as a shifter romance? If any of y'all know, please let me know. This is my Afterlight edition. Yeah. I don't know if monster / shifter is not for me. It could be. I have read a lot of the Anita Blake series, which is technically vampire and also werewolf and just shifter, because it's just There's were rats, hyena, were hyenas, all sorts of them. They're all shifters. She becomes a shifter at one point, right? She's a vampire and a shifter somehow. That series went off the rails. I do want to go back to it, but I kind of feel like I have to go from the beginning, and there's just too many books to read, so that's one day, maybe when I'm old and retired. I am waiting for the Mary Gentry one. I'm very excited for that. But anyway, back to our focus. Sorry, I'm a tree. My speaking is a tree. And I don't remember what it is. I can't remember. I just remember reading it. I remember I was still in the old apartment reading it in bed. I think I was probably sick. I'm always sick. I'm actually a little bit sick right now, so I'm so sorry if like my speaking is like kind of annoying, because I totally get it. But I forgot what it was, but I think there were just like inconsistencies in here that just really annoyed me. Also, the romance kind of annoyed me, which, you know, I love like the he falls first trope, which I'm pretty sure this is what it has. It was not my thing. If it was your thing, that's great. I'm happy for you. It was not my thing. Another one that's also Afterlife exclusive, and I just are so cute. So again, I'm keeping them until my one bookshelf gets too full, and then I'll toss it. I won't toss it. I will put it up in my cart, and hopefully someone buys it for me. Is the Breakup Pact, which is such a cute one, but I remember just hating both of the main characters, and I don't remember why. You cannot ask me. I vaguely remember the premise of this book, and I just remember this ended up becoming a hate read. I did not feel anything between them, and I was just like, why? But it was small enough, and I guess I finished it enough. Okay, going back sort of to my I was like, let me read like all these carnival books or circus. I don't know why I keep saying carnival. Let me say circus books. I thought Midnight Strikes was a circus book. Don't ask me why. I have no clue. This is my Owl Crate edition, I believe. And this is in my to-sell pile. I just haven't listed on Mercari, but yeah, this is definitely going for sale. Nothing to do with a circus, nothing to do with a carnival. This is actually like a Groundhog Day kind of, or where like time keeps repeating itself. I will give it one thing though, is one thing that I'm not crazy about Owl Crate and why I've contemplated giving it up is that yes, they are YA, but YA, a young adult is anywhere between 13 to 18 years old or more. Don't come at me like I don't know, but it's a very wide age range, right? And a 13-year-old does not have the same maturity level as an 18-year-old. So in my brain, and I'm sure in a lot of other readers, you can classify between low YA and high YA. And well, I guess 14, because I guess 10 to 13 would be at middle grade maybe. I don't know. I should know this. I'm sorry. But anyway, and I feel like Owl Crate tends to do a lot of lower YA, which is not my thing. But every now and then you get a gem. And I wish I could think of one right now. I can't. I'm sorry. I was about to pull one up. I'm like, wait a second. I actually don't remember. But anyway, this honestly did feel very adult. This felt like a higher YA, which kudos to Owl Crate. There was like something in here that I was like, this is in a YA book? Okay. I don't think it's anything sexual. I don't think that was the prudish part of me coming out. I think it was actually something like murdery graphic. I truly cannot remember. Also spoilers, I suppose. I don't know, because I can't really remember, so but I was very just like, wow, so that felt very adult in that sense. But everything else, I feel like there was like a Cinderella element to this. I think there was like this girl is at this ball and she tries to warn people that rebels are going to, because something's like, again, also the thing is I love me a world building. I just finished reading The Assassin's Apprentice. Not my favorite book, but the world building was really good that I'm like, you know what, I will continue reading this. Like, I want to see where this is going, because clearly we're just building a setup, and a good setup. This world building really sucked. And I'm just like, why are the rebels mad? And like, okay, we have the stereotypical angry rebels and stereotypical rich elites who are just like, push, pish, posh, pish, posh. These rebels can't hurt us because we are too rich. And then of course the rebels end up hurting them. So it's just like I flesh it out for me. Tell me, what is the conflict? Even though I know the conflict isn't actually the crux of the book, but still, like, paint me a picture. And this was not it. And it just really annoyed me with just how repetitive it is, which I know is the thing. So I'm sorry. That's just the nature of this. Although I have, actually, I'm gonna answer it later. Although it can be done, and I have read. Actually, no, that isn't that. Never mind, take it back. I know I have read. I can't remember which one. But anyway, I did not like it. It made no sense to me. I ended up hate reading this. It's gonna be on Mercari if anyone wants it. And then, ironically, I ended up reading this right after, which is Last Hour Between Worlds, which is, it felt, which is also another, I don't know if I can say Groundhog Day. Is it Groundhog Day? But it's another repeating one. Oh, yeah. So with the Rebel one, what ended up happening is, for some reason, which is very freaking obvious, clearly, so annoying. I guess that's where the YA aspect comes into it. It's just like, it's very obvious to the reader why the main character keeps repeating stuff. And so she's basically trying to like stop what's happening. But anyway, we got this one from Illumicrate, where I thought this was a carnival, which I was wrong. And then I picked this up next, which it's also another repeat time. So we have, what I did like, and what I did enjoy was that one of the main characters, I think it's her, right? Because the other one was like all fancy. Yeah, I think her. She's actually a mother, and she's coming back to her very high stress level job. Look how pretty this is. It's so pretty. I feel kind of bad having to sell this, but I really did not like this book. And in this world, we have like, you have the main world, and then you have like underneath is like a different level of the world. Again, the world building was horrible. Things contradicted themselves. I'm just like, I'm the kind of reader that unless you engross me, I will take a needle and I'm gonna just try to find any little tiny hole and pick. I'm sorry, I'm annoying like that. And I just put so many holes like in this that I'm just like, I can't remember my questions right now, but I had so many questions. I'm like, this world makes no sense. I cannot believe this. Like, this story is dumb because it makes no sense. I mean, it's actually a really brilliant premise. I feel execution is horrible. Like, it need to be more fleshed out. Like, it's not even that big, right? And like the font's medium size, spacing's medium size. I've seen bigger, but it's not even that much. Anyway, it also felt a lot like she was trying to evoke it felt also very much like This Is How You Lose the Time War, which I love that book. I know it's like a very hate or love it. I'm a lover of that book. It's beautiful, it's poetic. It's also kind of like, huh? And that's another one that doesn't quite make sense, but it paints me a picture. The prose is beautiful that I'm entertained, and I'm not, I set my needle down. This one, because we have factions. Why do we have factions? Who the heck knows? Who cares? I do. So we have factions, and so I think it's like the dog faction, and is it the cat faction? Is that right? I might be making that up, honestly. I don't know why I'm thinking that. And they're against each other, but so the main character, she has a superpower. You know, sometimes things get lost in the other worlds below worlds, so she can go in and grab it, but you know, but it's also very dangerous to do that. And then, you know, she has a child now, which also, and this maybe is close-minded on my end, and go ahead and let me know. I'm just like, how does she have a child, but she's lesbian? I think she actually is bi, which is funny. I'm all about bi representation, and I'm just totally throwing out the bi representation there. Sorry. But I don't know if she actually is. I think that's what it was what threw me off. It's just like, she says she doesn't. I truly don't remember. I was just very like, these don't make sense. But anyway, so yeah, so it ends up like the clock strikes midnight, and then they get attacked, and so these two are the only ones who realize that everything's replaying, so they have to go into deeper each level, which again, this makes absolutely no sense. But of course, oh no, we're getting to the lower levels, so now the stakes are much higher. And I'm like, how are these worlds so dangerous and yet they're able to continue on? And how is it that they are all based on the main world, but they're so different? Like, it just made no sense to me. Anyway, I hate this book. It's gonna be on Mercari soon. Okay, my next one is The Girl with No Reflection. I'm actually keeping this because I really love the edges of this, and I actually have it in my bathroom. I have like a nice little set of books in the bathroom with like blue, with the tealish Jade City, I think, book ends we got from one of the book boxes. Our bathroom is long, so it's nowhere near water, and I'm the only one that ever showers in there, and or I like to soak there, and I always have it, like we install a brand new fan, so like it doesn't even fog up the mirror. It's really good, so I know they're protected. Otherwise I wouldn't put them there. And like I said, they're not near a water source. But I thought it was pretty, so I am keeping this one. But I hate this book. This is another one where the world makes absolutely no sense. I can't even remember what it is. I just remember I'm like, there are so many contradictions in this book. This makes no sense. Also, the protagonist is dumb. Like, she made so many stupid decisions, and I'm just like, how dumb are you? I wish I can go rail against how much I hate this book, but I truly cannot remember what it was. But I was done. All right, and I have two more, but I actually managed to sell them. So the first one is the Jessod Hair, which I will put a picture here. I had the Limit Crate version, and I must say I'm very disappointed. I got their mug, and it's one of my favorite mugs, but I just realized I haven't used it in a while. I need to go find it. I think it got stuck behind some stuff in my cabinet, where it's like she was as I forgot what it was, as a silly goose. I was like, she was as deranged as a goose or something like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to read this book. It sounds amazing. And on top of that, I just I heard so many great things. People were praising it. It's based on Egypt. I love ancient Egypt. It's not quite the same, but still, I'm like, yes, I'm here for it. I hated it. I hated it so much. Again, the world building, it was just like so many contradictions that I just really hated. It was kind of a trial thing, but then it wasn't. It made no sense. It just went on and on and on, and I'm like, where's the point? Like, should I do this? Should I not do this? It was just like too much angst and not enough action. And you know what? This is definitely a me issue because I'm an adult. My angsty teen years are far behind me. I'm no longer an angsty teenager. So, I guess for an angsty teenager, this is the proper thing, but it's not for me. So I sold mine. I hope whoever bought it, I hope you're happy with it. I hope it brings you joy, because it did not bring me joy. And the next one, which I also managed to sell, is The Voyage of, oh my gosh, whatever this says. I forgot what it is. It's another Limit Crate book, which I just, again, I thought I was gonna love this because it's a murder mystery. Fun. I love me a murder mystery, especially like television shows. Not really so much, like for me, cozy murder mysteries I like to read every now and then, but it's not really for me for books. But I'm like, let's do this. I enjoy a murder mystery. And the protagonist was just not sarcastic. Oh, they're sarcastic, and there's another word I can't remember at the moment. And I'm like, yeah, let's do this. But then it just got, again, where it's like just talk, and we're just talking about possibility and all this stuff. And I'm like, let's do some action. Come on, let's move now. And that just really annoyed me. And I ended up hating it. I think I ended up, oh, and also some things about the world didn't make sense. It's like, okay, we treat these people like shit, but like, what if they were to do, maybe this is the little organizer in me. It's like, what if they went on strike? What if they held up? What if they were like, like, this makes absolutely no sense. Then again, a lot of things going on in our world make absolutely no sense too. So maybe it makes sense that they didn't band together. But anyway, yeah, I read this in the beginning of the year, so I cannot remember. I am so sorry. But yeah, those are my 11 books. Yep, my 11 books of 2025 that were the worst for me. They were not. Again, I'm sure they brought other people joy. They did not bring me joy. So let me know down below what you thought of any of these books. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if any of them are in your TBR, or if they're not anymore. Did I discourage you? Please don't. You do you. You know your taste better than I do, because I don't know your taste. So let me know what you think. Yeah, and coming up soon is going to be my best books of 2025. So stay tuned. I'm about to quickly edit this video, and I went to find the photo, and it is The Voyage of the Damned. I'm like, there's no way it's The Voyage of the Damned. Like, I wouldn't say damned on the title. It is damned. So there you go.